Hey there, my name's Mark. I'm a chef living in Paris. Restaurants have been closed here since the beginning of the pandemic, so I've been doing a lot of home cooking. So I'm here to share some of what I've been eating with you. Today, we're gonna do one of my all-time favorites. It's a grilled lamb and eggplant dish. I really love this, so I hope you enjoy. I'm gonna make a really simple marinade for the lamb chops. To start off, we've got some oil, some salt, Worcester sauce, paprika, garlic powder, some oregano. You can be generous with this. Alright, now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'll flip these over and repeat. Okay, now I'm gonna set these aside for 15-20 minutes. A lot of people have strong opinions about eggplant. Personally, it's one of my favorite vegetables. This way I'm going to cook it is super easy, and I usually do it this way. We start by cutting the top off, and then we cut the rest of it in rounds, about ½ inch thick, a few centimeters. Gonna do the same thing now for this one. And then this end piece here, I'm gonna get rid of that. All we're gonna do to these is to add a little bit of oil and salt. Eggplant really loves oil, so we're gonna be pretty generous with that. When you think it's too much, add a little more. Same thing with the salt. You're gonna be pretty generous with these. It's probably more than you think. And then I'm just gonna toss these together with my hands, make sure everything is evenly coated. You want both sides to have plenty of salt and oil. And then we'll let these sit for about 15 minutes. I'm gonna go wash my hands before I touch anything here. I'm gonna make a tahini dressing to go with the eggplant. If you don't know what tahini is, it's a paste made from sesame seeds. You should be able to find it in the grocery store, in the specialty aisle or the international section. This dressing uses a couple tablespoons of that paste. Garlic. You wanna make sure you have a really fine mince on that. This is raw, so it's pretty strong. So you want to have very small pieces. You can also use a garlic paste, or you can use a grater, like a microplane, to make sure that garlic is really small. I've also got some finely minced coriander here. If you have an aversion to cilantro, you could do parsley instead. I'm gonna add some olive oil to this. Just a tablespoon or so. Also gonna use half a lemon and a little bit of salt. I'm gonna finish this off by whisking it together while I'm adding some water, just a little bit, enough so that everything mixes together nicely. Yeah, that's good. You can let the lamb and the eggplant marinate for about 15 to 30 minutes. These are ready to go now. Ideally, I would be cooking this on a charcoal grill, but I think my landlord might have something to say about that. So I'm using the next best thing here. This is a cast iron grill, but if you don't have one of those, you can just use a pan and everything will be just fine. I turned the grill on about 5 minutes ago. You want that to be really hot so that all of the heat conducts evenly. This is smoking now, so it's ready. I'm just gonna add a little bit of olive oil. We're gonna start with the eggplant. I've turned this back down to about medium high. Every stove is different, so you're gonna have to move these around depending on where your pan gets really hot. These take about 4 to 5 minutes per side, but you're gonna continue to check them, and once they look nice and golden brown, you know they're done. Get these sexy eggplants. We're gonna have this with quinoa, and now is a good time to start that. From time to time, you can add some more oil. I'm not kidding when I say that the eggplant really loves it. It's like a sponge there, but it's a vegetable, right? I like to add a little butter to my quinoa, and then you can just mix that in and it should dissolve. Now that all this eggplant is finished, I'm gonna go ahead and start on the lamb. These take about 2 minutes on each side, but you'll keep checking them to make sure that they're done. The quinoa is all done now, so I'm gonna fluff that up with a fork. Everything is all finished now, so I'm gonna plate this up here. This looks really tasty. Here's our eggplant, get a few of those. Drizzle a little bit of that tahini sauce over those eggplants. Leftover cilantro from the tahini dressing, and we're all done. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you've got something new to try at home, and I'll see you next week.